Welcome, friends. The grocery store was quiet that evening. A young single mother stood at the counter, her tired eyes fixed on the small pile of quarters she had placed one by one, praying they would be enough for the formula her baby needed. In her arms, the little child slept peacefully, unaware of his mother's silent struggle. The cashier glanced at the coins, hesitating, as the total was still short. The mother's face turned pale. Her lips trembled, but she held her baby closer, as if shielding him from the cruel weight of reality. Just then, a gentle yet firm voice came from behind her. The well-dressed CEO, who had been watching silently, leaned closer and whispered softly, "Put it on my card." The mother froze, her eyes filling with tears. She turned slightly, meeting the stranger's kind gaze. For a moment, she felt the burden lift from her shoulders. It wasn't just about the money. It was about someone seeing her pain, someone stepping in when she had almost lost hope. She could barely whisper thank you. But the CEO only gave a small nod, as if reminding her that kindness needs no reward. This moment wasn't just a purchase. It was humanity, compassion, and hope, all wrapped in one simple act. So, dear viewers, if this scene touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Channel name, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The mother walked out of the store, her baby still resting peacefully on her shoulder. She clutched the formula tin tightly against her chest, but her heart was heavier with emotion than with relief. She had not expected anyone to notice her struggle, let alone a man in an expensive suit. As she stepped toward the parking lot, the CEO quietly followed, not to intrude, but to make sure she was safe. He noticed how worn her shoes were, how her car was old and rusted, and how she tried to hide her tears so her child wouldn't see. Gathering courage, the mother turned back and whispered, "Sir, you didn't have to." Her voice cracked, breaking under the weight of gratitude. The CEO smiled warmly and said, "Sometimes we don't choose to help, we are chosen for the moment." Tonight it was my turn. For the first time in months, the mother felt a spark of hope. Not because of money, but because kindness had reminded her she wasn't alone in this world. This was more than a scene, it was a lesson. One small act of compassion can change someone's entire tomorrow. So, dear viewers, if this touched your heart, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Channel name, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. Night had fallen, and the mother finally laid her baby down to sleep. The little one's tiny hand rested gently on the milk bottle, a soft smile on his face as he dreamt peacefully. The mother sat beside the crib, her own eyes glistening with tears, not of sorrow this time, but of relief. She whispered softly to herself, "I almost gave up today." But God sent an angel in the form of a stranger. Her heart replayed the moment when the CEO's kind words, "Put it on my card," lifted the weight she had carried. Alone for so long. Far away, the CEO sat in his quiet office, staring out the window. For him, it hadn't been just a transaction. It had been a reminder that true wealth is not measured by money, but by the lives we touch. Two strangers, connected by kindness, now carried the same memory, one of struggle, one of compassion, but both changed forever. So, dear viewers, if this scene touched your heart, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Channel name, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The next morning, the mother returned to the same grocery store, her baby nestled safely in her arms. She wasn't there to buy anything. She simply wanted to see if the kind stranger was real, or just a dream from a weary heart. As she walked past the aisles, her eyes suddenly caught him, the CEO, dressed in the same elegance, but this time with a softer expression. He was speaking kindly to the cashier, asking about her day, as if every person's story mattered to him. Gathering her courage, the mother approached slowly. With trembling hands, she reached into her bag and pulled out a tiny folded note. Handing it to him, she whispered, "I can't repay you, but I can pray for you every night. This is all I have." The CEO opened the note. Inside, in shaky handwriting, were just 4 words, "You saved my child." For a moment his eyes softened, his heart heavy with a feeling far richer than any fortune could bring. He realized that sometimes the greatest success isn't in boardrooms or numbers, but in the lives we quietly touch with love. So, dear viewers, if this scene moved your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Channel name, Soul of Kindness.